Today I will be giving you five basic rules that can help you read and understand your cosmetic labels like a pro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Bone Health and Beauty, and you're in the series What's in It, where we talk about your skincare ingredients and the different things that they do for you on your skin and why they're in your products. If you're just joining us, welcome back and welcome to all our new subscribers. Please remember to hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you know every week when we let out a video. We all know that understanding our cosmetic labels can be very hard, especially when you're not a skincare formulator or a beautician or even a cosmetician. But with these basic 5 rules, you will get in the store and you will feel like a pro and you'll select your products right. So rule number 1, the first rule is forget the front of your product. Forget the cover of your cosmetic products, because it doesn't matter what's written up there. Just remember that everything on the front is just there to lure you, and it's there to get your attention to actually buy that product. It's all marketing. So concentrate more on the back of the product, which is where you would find all the ingredients, you'd find all the warnings, you would find the registration, you would find the expiration date and everything that has to do with the product. It's in the back. Forget the front. The rule number 2 is the ingredients written in the Inky list, which is the ingredients list, is usually written in a descending order. So you have it from the highest predominance down to the lowest one, so it means to a 0.01%. That will be the least, but mostly it's written in the highest. So when you look at the back of your cosmetic label, don't just focus on what's at the top, also read through to the ingredients that are at the end of the list as well, or maybe the middle part, because mostly in lotions the base item is water, so the first thing you probably find will be aqua, which is water. I'll show you an example of what I mean. This product is the Skin Up Face Care Rejuvenating Serum, moisturize and smooth for all skin types. This is where our concentration is, right? In this list, which is the Inky list. Now, look up here, you would find that the very first thing is aqua. The third rule is that you need to find the 1% markup line. This is a very difficult thing to ask, because it means that you have to be looking for certain ingredients to know where the 1% markup line starts. The trick is, with the rules for cosmetics, all of the ingredients need to be listed according to their predominance, meaning from the 98%, 99% content till the very last point. But when it hits the 1% markup line, the cosmetic companies are no longer required to list the ingredients anymore according to their concentration. So at the 1% markup line, you can find ingredients just scattered around, and you won't know which ingredient comes maybe at a 0.75 or a 0.85%, because they can mix it all up in this point. But it's important that you remember, or you check where this 1% markup line starts from, so you know where the active ingredient that you're looking for begins from. Takes us to rule number 4. You need to make sure that your active ingredients is listed in the first 5 to 10 ingredients on your cosmetic products. So for example, you go in a store and you're looking for a certain acid, for instance lactic acid, or a product that says with lactic acid or with argan oil, and then you look in the back of the product and you realize that the argan oil is in the 0.1% mark of that product, making it almost useless. It's not going to have any effect on you, or it won't even serve the purpose. So it's important that you look through the bag to be sure that I'm looking for argan oil, and argan oil falls in the first 1 to 5 or maximum 5 to 10. That's if there's a lot of ingredients in the back of the product. So if it doesn't, then it means that that product is not useful. The argan oil that was put in front of the label was just there to lure you, and it's just marketing, because it's not really content in the product. Because at the 0.1%, it's like a drop of oil in a jar of cream, so it's not useful. So you need to know or check that your main ingredients or the active ingredients you seek is in the first 5 items on your cosmetic label. Somewhere here, if you can see, we have xanthan gum. And like I already stated, once you see something like this, xanthan gum, you already know that you're around definitely a less than 1% markup line, right? So it might be that our markup line for 1% is somewhere around here. But regardless, we can see that all our active ingredients are listed in the very first part. So glycerin is pretty good for the skin. You also have the hyaluronic acid as well, and that's pretty good for the skin as well, especially for moisturizing. And so we would take it that, okay, here you have tocopherol acetate, which is basically vitamin E, but it's not so important even though it's at this point. It's okay. It's in a 1% or less than 1% markup line. That's okay. But I can see here that all of our most important ingredients are listed up here, which is pretty good. That's what you should be looking out for. The fifth rule is that you need to watch out for third-party certifications. What it simply means is that this company or this brand has gone an extra mile to get an external body to certify their products, meaning that they meet certain requirements and they could be certified to be organic or cruelty-free or everything else, or soil, and it's so many things. But just be careful not to be lured with these things, because there could be so many, and don't get trapped with this many symbols or this many seals or this many logos or certifications. It's not that important. So in summary, the 5 rules for you to read your cosmetic label like a pro. 1, forget the front cover of your product. 2, remember that the ingredients are listed in a descending order, so the highest concentration will be at the top of the list, but you still need to read all the way till the very last one. 3, find the 1% markup line. A little tip around this would be to look for certain ingredients. For instance, butylene glycol. This ingredient is used in cosmetic product, but usually at a concentration of 1%, or it could be actually higher, so maybe around the 2%. But once you see something like that, butylene glycol, you just automatically know that you are around the 1% markup. Or for instance, xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a thickening agent that is used in cosmetics. It's a natural thickening agent. And mostly you cannot really use xanthan gum in a very high concentration, because at 1% that formulation will be extremely thick. So that means when you see xanthan gum, you already know that I'm probably around my 0.1% markup line, or I'm around the 1% markup line. And this can help you figure out if your active ingredients is in the list from the first 5 ingredients or first 10 ingredients. That also moves down to the 4th rule, which is that make sure that your active ingredient is in the first 5 or the first 10 ingredients listed on your INCI list. And then rule number 5 will be to watch out for the third-party certifications. Don't get drowned in it. And it doesn't matter if a brand doesn't have third-party certifications as well. The most important is the ingredient list, and then you can figure out what it does and how it will be effective for the purpose you're buying the cosmetic product for. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if this video was helpful for you. Also remember to go over to our blog, Bone Health and Beauty, where we already made a blog post about these rules, and you can find more information and even examples and images that can help you read your cosmetic labels like a pro. Until my next video, see you guys and take care.